Alright, good evening from Bangkok. So I've been doing a lot of videos lately on how this place is getting busier. I've really noticed in the 6 weeks that I was away how much busier it is now than when I left, and I wanted to show you what the nightlife's like here because it's been changing as well, and I've noticed a big difference with that. So tonight I'm going to take you out. I'll show you Soi Cowboy. I'm just near there at the moment. I'll also head up towards Nana. Maybe we'll check out Soi 4, Soi 11, and then we'll see how we're doing for time. We might be able to check out some other places as well. Let's go. So the way I'm going to do this is I don't really like to film people, so I'll carefully film what I can. Like I'll walk through the places, I'll show you what I can show. I try and respect everyone's privacy when I go through those places, so it's kind of difficult, but I'll walk through, show you what I can show, and then I'll sit down at the end and we'll do a little debrief and talk about what's happening in that place. So that's a bit of a look at Soi Cowboy. Soi Cowboy is one of those places that's just been getting busier and busier constantly. I remember when at first it was just like one place was open in there, then a second one opened, and then a third one opened. So more and more seem to be opening every time. As I mentioned earlier, I was gone for 6 weeks, so it was a big change from when I left to now. And this is one of those places that gets busier and busier throughout the night as the night goes on as well. So right now, as I take a walk through there's only a handful of places that are closed, and a few of those places that are closed, they're actually undergoing renovations at the moment. So I imagine once those renovations are finished, they will be opening up. And here in Thailand, when places undergo renovations, seems to be a really fast turnaround, which is great as well. So the place does definitely get busier and busier as the night goes on. I was walking through here the other night at about 11 o'clock, and the place was rammed. It was unbelievably busy. And as other areas close down, if they close down earlier, people seem to migrate back to this street. The restrictions are also way more chilled at the moment. You know, you used to have to sit down or you couldn't dance and all sorts of things like that, but now it's like totally chilled. You can dance, you can stand up, you can mingle, you can move around, it's all back to normal. Alright, well that's a bit of a look at what's happening on Soi Cowboy. So now let's take a walk up towards the Nana area. So I have just come around to Soi 11. So Soi 11's been like a real night hotspot for quite a while now, and there's more and more places opening up here. There's a few new clubs that have just popped up too, so we'll go check them out. So this strip of bars behind me, just over here, that place is getting busier and busier. It's actually getting harder and harder to film down here because there's so many people in all the bars. It was really easy when I used to do these way back when everything was closed. There's a great vibe in there, there's restaurants, there's bars. It's an awesome spot to hang out. So that's a bit of a look at what's happening in Soi 11. Soi 11 is very lively at the moment. As you can see, there's like cars, there's people everywhere. More and more places are open. There's only a few places in Soi 11 that aren't actually open now. There's a couple of new clubs that have just opened up. This by me here, this darkness that you see behind me here, is actually Insanity nightclub. I'm looking forward to this place reopening. I've had some epic nights in this place. I'm assuming they're going to reopen. Clubs aren't still officially allowed to open anywhere that, like any place that trades only as a club. Anywhere that has a restaurant license, they're able to open. Most places have been able to get the restaurant license, but I guess this place, they either haven't or they haven't bothered. They're just waiting for the full restrictions to be lifted. But all the places here seem really lively, and it's only a Thursday night tonight. It's just after 9 o'clock on a Thursday night. So it's actually, there's a lot of action happening here. On the weekends, this place goes absolutely crazy. It gets busier, so much busier on the weekends. But I wanted to show it to you on a weeknight to give you an idea of like the base level of how busy it gets here. Well, that was a good look at Soi 11, so now let's head around to Soi 4, see what's happening in Nana. And something to notice, there's so many little bars that have just popped up, like on the sidewalk basically, they just pop up little bars, put up tables and chairs all over the place. I can't film them, there's people sitting at all of them, so it's hard for me to show, but they're all along this stretch of Sukhumvit. And that's a bit of a look at Soi 4. So Soi 4 is by far the busiest that I've ever seen it. Well, not that I've ever seen it, but post-COVID, post-lockdowns and everything, it's definitely the busiest I've seen it. You can see just about everywhere is open, everywhere is full, there's people everywhere. And as I mentioned before, it's a Thursday night, so it's great to see this many people out and about. So the time now is just after 9 o'clock, and you can see places are starting to get busier. So here it gets, the later it is, the busier it gets. Nana Plaza is open. Now I can't actually film in there, I can't even take my camera in there, but it's open. And before I left here, only the bottom level was open, but now every level seems to be open. There's music coming from everywhere. It looks chaotic. It looks like it used to, which is great. I can see just from looking in there, there's people everywhere. That's one of the busiest places that everyone's hanging out at tonight. And all those bars that are at the start of Soi 4 as well, they're all rammed full of people too. Alright, well that's a bit of a look at what's happening here in Bangkok, how the nightlife is. So I don't want to say things are back to normal, back how they used to be, but it's definitely the busiest it's been in the last couple of years, which is great to see. I would say about 90% of the businesses have reopened. All those little bars have popped up along the sidewalks everywhere. There's tons of places you can have a drink. As you can see, all the places were really busy. There's people out and about everywhere. And tonight's a Thursday night and it's still early, still before 10 o'clock. Weekends, it's a completely different story here on Friday nights and Saturday nights. It gets really crazy here, which is great as well. Now, a while ago, a lot of places wanted you to do a rapid test before going in, or you had to show proof of vaccination or things like that. At the moment, there's none of that. You don't have to show anything to go in anywhere. There's no requirements. You just walk in as normal and you're good to go. So that's a bit of a look at the nightlife and how things are looking here. So it's looking great. If you're not here, come over here, get over here, come and have a beer. I'm often in a lot of these places drinking beers myself. So one area that I didn't get to show you is actually Khaosan Road, and I'm going there tomorrow night. So if I can, or if I remember, I'll grab some footage just on my phone and I'll show you at the end of this video. So the outro will be my footage from tomorrow night out on Khaosan Road. Bye.